This is Mark Mason in the Comics Waiting Room. I am here with colorist Alan Passalaqua at San Diego Comic-Con. Alan, hello.
Hello.
Let's talk coloring. You are coloring a number of different projects right now. Let's start talking about Battle Pug.
Battle Pug. It's my weekly bane. I have to do it every Sunday.
But it's also been kind of a bonus. Anything good come out of Battle Pug?
Battle Pug has been amazing. We've got an Eisner for Best Webcomic. This year we're nominated for a Harvey Award. Dark Horse has been collecting it, so our second hardcover collection is going to be out in August. It's actually an amazing book to work on, or amazing comic to work on. It's kind of like, it breaks borders. It's not only a book, it's not only a webcomic. And it's probably some of my best coloring work I've ever done, because I actually care about every panel, every page of it.
What is Battle Pug?
Battle Pug is the tragic story of a young boy that is seeking revenge, and he just happens to come across a huge, dog that's a pug that drools a lot and loves him, and it follows his and the pug's quest to basically take revenge upon this guy that ruined his life. So it also has a lot of fun elements with cool characters. It's all told by a beautiful girl that's kept in an ivory tower. That's usually always half naked and completely naked, and it's fun. It's just fun.
Now you have also been coloring It Girl for Image. Tell me about that.
It's another project I'm doing with Mike Norton, who's the artist and writer for Battle Pug. I've got to work with Mike on quite a few things. It's being written by Jamie Rich and it's drawn by Mike. Not only Mike, but mostly Mike. We're just finished our 12th issue. It's going to be wrapping up. It's another really fun, great book that, be all ages. It's got an awesome female protagonist female hero that, she's fun, and Jamie does a great job writing it for her.
How do you approach, you're working with Mike Norton on both, but how do you approach them differently from a color standpoint?
Whenever, as a colorist, my goal is always to continue to tell the story. So, I read the script and I look at the art, and I don't try to emphasize one thing or other than just make sure that storytelling is the key to whatever I'm working on. So I don't want to make everything glowy and everything shiny, and I want the reader to not really notice my colors. I think they want them just to let it help emphasize what's going on in the script and the story. For It Girl, it's I got to choose the color scheme, and I made it super candy, poppy. There's colors in there I wasn't sure they were even going to print correctly from my screen, because they're so crazy, vibrant purple and cyan, magenta and yellow, and it's all just worked out really well. So, and in that case, I took the original script and thought that would work perfectly, and it did work pretty well. So.
Now you're also about to you have a book coming from Dark Horse called The Occultist.
Yeah, another book drawn by Mike Norton, written by Tim Seeley. I think it'll be out in the next couple of weeks. I'm just wrapping up number 2. And this one is really gritty, and there's, I can't say too much, but I can tell you gross fetuses are a theme, unfortunately, so far. And I've had to color some pretty gross fetuses.
It sounds like another really interesting color scheme that you had to come up with.
Yeah, a long time ago I learned that green is kind of a sickening color, and not from my own experience so much, but so whenever you can use some green hues, and it tends to emphasize that. So I've had to use a lot of green hues. I don't know if you follow me on Twitter, you'll see me complaining about astral plane, or I'm so tired of coloring fetuses, because there's been a lot of this stuff.
And what's your Twitter handle?
Angry F.
Angry F. At Angry F.
At Angry F.
Yeah. Another project you've been working on, and you were kind enough to show me, is that you've been coloring some of the showcase covers for DC. Those are the large phone book size collections, black and white, of classic comics, where you're sort of taking your color skills, your modern color skills, and applying them to some really classic artists like Gil Kane,
Jack Kirby,
Ditko, What's that like?
It's actually amazing because I get to color Kirby and Ditko, and I'm doing like a lot of the DC omnibus covers and the showcase covers, Swamp Thing collections, the Alan Moore stuff. It's super cool. Yeah, man, Brian. Well, basically pretty much anybody that like had amazing art in the last like 50 years, and they've done something iconic for a particular book, I've got to color them. So it's super cool, really cool. And you know, like I could have a Kirby, there's something I colored for Kirby in my collection, or I did the Superman Muhammad Ali recolor for the cover, and that's awesome, you know.
So you're kind of living the life of Riley as a colorist, then.
I love what I do, and it's even better when I get to work on things of people that I've always loved, I've always respected, or just some of them unfortunately aren't around with us anymore, and I get to still work on their stuff. So it's super cool.
And you've been doing this for a long time.
I've been a professional colorist for around 6 or 7 years, I think. I actually I started in production at Wildstorm Comics in like 97, 98, where I met my friends. John Lehman was one of my editors. David Barron was a fellow colorist there.
What would you tell somebody starting coloring now?
You know, there's so many amazing resources out there now that weren't anywhere around when I started coloring. I literally had to move into my friend's house and like sit behind him and watch him color for 6 months to learn how to color. And now, you know, Brian Miller, like a Hi-Fi has a awesome book out. There's some great websites. You know, you can sit at home and learn how to color. And what I would suggest is get really good, and then do what I do. Just do what I did like originally, and just go to a convention with some printouts and show your stuff, and do some work that you're probably not going to get paid very much for, and then you'll get recognized.
Solid advice. Alan, thanks for your time.
Thank you.